hold on a minute. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. Oh. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. Hey, I'm getting some stuff from my room. I see somebody's here. Just hold on a minute. Go ahead and say something in the chat if the chat's available. We'll test it out. If you can say something. I want to see if it's going to work. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh, hey, man. Yeah, it's working. The only reason I asked is sometimes when I go live, I don't know. A lot of times, I go live and it's like, it'd be a few minutes before anybody shows up. I was surprised to see someone that quick. And then sometimes I can see people watching, but if they're not like commenting in the chat, I'm not sure if the chat's even working because I've had a couple of different times where there's been, like just the other day, the chat was working, but then for some reason it stopped and there were people trying to communicate with me and I had to figure it out and so I backed out and then that's how I found out that the chat wasn't working. Actually, someone texted me. They have my number and they were trying to communicate in the chat and I happened to see a notification for a text. Anyway, how are you doing, 7-9? I'm just sitting here and no, that's not it's an old container for store-bought moonshine, but that is not alcohol. Try myself to refrain from that nowadays, but I mean, it's been a few weeks ago I did have a day of I'm doing pretty good. I think there's somebody else here watching, but we'll just kind of wait. Weren't you in yeah, you were there yesterday, weren't you, for a little while? Yeah, because I was before I hit that link and was in on Johnny's, for a little while with, is it Mr. Self Disrespect or something like that? Anyway, maybe I have been typing his name in wrong. I don't know. Yeah, because I was in there for a little while, like messing around in the chat, and then I'm kind of like I hit his link. Because I remember you was talking about the video that you did yesterday. You were saying you're going to post something today, and I done seen that. Okay, Mr. Self-Destruct. See, I don't know. I was trying, because I'm not sure if I follow him or not, but since I hit that link yesterday, he was asking questions, and then I was, we were all kind of like just talking. But before I backed out and was like, hey guys, I'm going to get off here, I was telling him I was going to look him up, so, to follow him if I wasn't already. But for some reason, I think he might go by something different than what he was on the stream. That's what I'm wondering because like it seemed like when I typed in Mr. Self Destruct, I seen several different types of accounts, so I don't think that's him. I'm not doing anything too exciting right now. Finished cleaning up a little bit at the hey Betty Spaghetti. Hola. Nothing spectacular going on here. I appreciate it, Betty. Yeah, like I don't want to sound like I'm downing on myself because actually Matt's a really big inspiration for me to just not be a. But what I was going to say is, you know, it is what it is. Meaning my channel, I mean, it's nothing spectacular, but I just kind of do the basic of basics. But my main purpose of doing any of this is connection. Kind of like what you come in and I noticed you from Matt. That's how I found this past week, Betty. We were in I was in there for a minute in the chat while he was doing a morning stream, and then you came in. You were kind of like, and then I checked it out, saw your channel. Yeah, like I've gained several people, like just because, like right before I hit 1,000 subscribers, I didn't know, but he subscribed to me because we've been following each other for a little while on X, and like I was following his channel, but then like he subscribed to me, and then I didn't know that he had told people about me, but I like his authenticity, even though he does some, but like he says, like he didn't just start off with some of the type of video, he does some fancy videos sometimes, but when he talks about how he started off so many years ago with just, the basics, that's all anybody really needs. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy where things are at as far as at the moment. I am a little cautious. I do think. Seven of nine. Matt from the Off Topic Show. You can find him on X. He also streams there, but he does streaming. I don't. He's shown up here in the past week or two. I don't remember when it was, but he showed up for a brief moment in a chat in one of my streams. But he's before I'd. He's got a cool show. Seven of nine. He's got a channel here of off-topic show, but apparently, like I was watching where he was talking about Betty. So it's been recently in the past so many months, I guess, that he finally linked up with Gavin McGinnis. McGinnis. On what's that called? Compound Censored. But he covers a lot of the current. He covers some of the funny pop culture stuff, news, but he also covers like serious stuff going on in the news. And you could say that he thinks outside of the box. Some people would say, he's into conspiracy stuff, but you have to be open-minded. Seven, I know you know what I'm talking about. You might not know the channel, but you know the type of stuff I'm talking about. Well, I just caught something that he was, it must have been yesterday. He was, I don't know if it was in a live or if it was a short or something, but I just happened to recently, I might have watched an older video. I don't know. I just know that I seen him talking about it. And of course, I didn't know that it had been that recent. Yeah, but I'm still skeptical because a lot of stuff is moving too fast in the sense of yeah, I was asking if Seven knew who I was talking about too. I'm not trying to. We had another person here for a minute, guys. I hope. I get nervous sometimes, man. Like yesterday, I went on Johnny Scab's show, and it wasn't like it was some set. He didn't have a specific topic. It was just a laid back thing. But even after a little while of being on there, because I was talkative and stuff, but heck, I backed out of after I was like, I've been on here for a little while. I've said some stuff. They've talked. They've let me talk. I didn't want to like keep on just being the like. But Johnny's real laid back. Johnny is cool, even though he wears that mask and stuff. Yeah. I'll tell y'all what's interesting is the other day. Seven, if you're here, I shared this on Johnny's Achievement Hunter. What do you mean? Oh, hey, Keisha. Oh, okay, Keisha. I'll check that out in a minute. Right now. Okay, I've got it in I just seen it in my email, like when I pulled down. Achievement Hunter. I'm trying to figure out what you're talking about there. I was about to say something there. I got kind of a thank you, Keisha. Keisha's a long time. She's been subscribed to my channel for a while. Keisha, you can check. Betty Spaghetti has a channel, and I want to plug her right now. Seven, don't you also have? I know you're on X, and I thought that you have some stuff up here on YouTube. If you do, I should be subscribed to you. Anyway, if I'm not correct, you can. Okay. No, his channel is not. Matt's channel is Off Topic Show. If you don't find it right now, I'll get with you on. I follow him on X and I reshare all his stuff. But I was telling Keisha if she has time or when she gets time to check out you, Betty, and then if Seven is on, just in case. I get the sense of what little the few little things I've kind of caught of you so far, Betty's. Because Keisha, I'm just newly subscribed to her, but I see that your channel is kind of like mine, like where you're just. Tell me if I'm wrong, Betty. The few shorts that I've watched, and I have shared a couple of those to my timeline on community, but you know what I mean. I've made little comments. What I'm saying is, I get the sense of you're just basically sharing your life. You're just kind of like you want to show people that. It's not all that bad, and even on bad days, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? Like connection, like I was talking about. That's my hope is that, okay, well, it'll take me a time to look through it all, but scrapbooking is some fun stuff. So I'm going to enjoy when I check it out. Okay, Seven, thanks. So, Seven, you found Off Topic Show. Cool. Oh, man. I'm just kind of recently, last year I started streaming, and I was kind of getting more comfortable with it, and there was a few times where we had a good bit of people in a chat, like on a Friday or Saturday night, because I'd gotten kind of, and I even got to where like, sometimes if I didn't stream, people would be commenting on like video, hey, when you going to go live again? But then I had a little downtime where I didn't have a phone where I could just straight up stream from the phone without being connected to Wi-Fi or something. Like I had unlimited data, but I didn't have a phone that would operate that way. So what I was saying is, since sometime last year, like I started experimenting with it, and it was like, like just like I'd tell a few people about it that were friends of mine that follow the channel, and they'd come. Like I was just testing it out, and then like it seems like around last summer I started doing it a real regular for a while, several times a week. And then, like I said, there was a span where I couldn't do it that regular anymore. We got a message hidden here. What is this? Now, why would this hide that? 7. I don't understand why that would hide that. Did that show it, y'all? Spaghetti, can you see that? Anyway, 7 of 9 is saying that his channel is 7 of 9, how he spells it with a 38 at the end of it. On my end, it showed that see, I do have it automatically set to hold any message it could see as maybe that thinks it's spam. I'm assuming that's the automatic thing I have it set on to check messages, like if there's not a moderator in the chat, which I don't see the need to have a moderator at the moment. Nobody, like, although I have a few, but only one ever shows up anymore. I think the rest of the people have, like when I stopped streaming for a while. Anyway, Betty, I'm not trying to keep y'all, but, well, actually, I'm just here. You come and go as you want. I'm going to stay on for a while. I'm just kind of bored. And I enjoy going live because when people do, so far I've had good experience with the people that do show up. And what I was going to say is when I was on Johnny Scab's stream yesterday afternoon, we were talking about, supporting each other and stuff. But I was talking about a young man that I've just recently discovered. Like, I'm into a lot of different types of music, guys. So I like anything from really hard, heavy stuff to hip hop to certain country, especially old country. I like bluegrass. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I recently discovered this guy, Forrest. Gosh, I can't remember his last name right now. But I shared one of his. I shared a couple of videos in my community the other day. And so the day before yesterday in an afternoon stream, he's not like a huge artist or anything, but he's like an independent. He's a young man, but he's been doing some. Now I'm just finding him, going back and watching his catalog of songs. He's talented. I like what he's doing. He's got a good message. And so I shared him, and he showed up in my chat the other day to thank me. And I thought that was really cool. Matter of fact, I told him what had drawn me to subscribe to his channel is not that I heard his music, but I heard in my algorithm or in my feed, he popped up talking about a certain thing that I follow, which is, I'm a big fan of Ryan Upchurch. So there's a lot of controversy going on with people dissing him and just dumb stuff. Oh, you like Ryan Upchurch? Okay. Well, what I'm trying to remember, Forrest, oh gosh, why can I not remember? But anyway, so Forrest does some real, just straight country style songs and a mixture of country rap. And I'm just now discovering him. But apparently he's been doing this for probably 5 years or more. I mean, he's probably been singing all his life. But anyway, it was cool to have somebody that I was trying to, and what was even cooler is I was thinking, my channel's small. Like, his channel ain't huge. It's like 3,000 something subscribers. But in the chat, a couple of the people in the chat had already watched his videos that I shared. And I was like, cool, Yeah, like I'm saying, like actually, anytime somebody else shows up occasionally, that has a channel, I get kind of giddy, It's kind of like just you or like it's nice to see other people in the chat that have channels and they're able to have a little bit of time to be there. Like I'm not able to stay in everybody's live stream every time that I can come. Sometimes I just stop in and say hi. But there are those days where you see people are streaming, but you're doing whatever you got to do. Well, I wouldn't know names of people that do classical, but I do like. And when it comes to like, for me, when it comes to hip hop stuff, I like. Well, I like. There's some of them. They don't label themselves Christian hip hop, but they have a positive message, and some of their songs are faith based. So I like that, and I like anything that's like I like positive. Like I've just always been that way, really. Like you know what I mean? Like what the heck? Hold on a minute. What's my dog barking at? Oh crap! What are y'all barking at? Stop it! Oh, hey, just barking at something on across the fence there. Sorry, guys. Oh, trying to make sure. I got that mama dog sometimes be barking at people or like people that she already should know and have been living here for a while. Was that? Oh, I got what you're saying. Okay, now I got to go back up here because I had to get up for a second. Well, it was great meeting you. I don't stream from my channel, but there's lots of people who would be very welcome. And circle out, not lay Gino. Circle out, not lay Gino. Yes. Okay, check out, not Jay Leno. Is that what you were saying? Yeah. Okay. Well, I didn't know. I was trying to see what you were saying here, and I see what you're saying. And I didn't know if when you said nice meeting you, if you're getting off here or whatever. Anyway, I suppose you'll say that. Anyway. Yeah, you have a wonderful day, too. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I'll be checking out some more stuff. You know what I mean? It takes time, but I will be. You're coming up in my feed ever since I subscribed, so I try to check out what I can. Yeah, God bless you. Okay, guys. Hey, that was cool. And 7, you'll have to forgive me for I'm pretty sure that I think I am subscribed to your channel, but if I remember correctly, forgive me, for some reason I'm thinking you don't upload a whole lot of there, you know what I mean? Like, and I could be wrong. Shit, shoot me in the head if you can. No, don't do that. Hey, that's cool. I think Keisha couldn't stay real long because I didn't see her ever comment again. But I think she was here long enough. She probably did hear me plug. Whether she had the time to or not at the moment. Because a lot of times, some people that I follow me, sometimes they have certain things that they're busy with during the day, and they'll come into the chat, but a lot of times they'll be just like taking a break or something like. If I stay on for much longer, we're liable to see Victoria show up. That's another good. That's what I was thinking, 7. That's why I couldn't remember exactly. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's channels I don't watch all their stuff all the time, I know that they upload quite a bit, like Shane. Like, I'm subscribed to a bunch of people in Comicsgate, of course. But the main channels I probably really watch is, Ethan. I watch Katie did. Now Ethan, of course, I just catch a few times a week, maybe in the streams, of course, and he don't put out a lot of the videos. But like Katie did's clips and stuff like that, I check out. And then, of course, some of the other people that live stream sometimes are live streaming at different weird times that I may be up, but I'm just not interested in getting in the middle of or I check it out. You know how it goes. Sometimes you jump in and you start watching the stream and they're not really talking about nothing exciting or no, it's not just same old, same old. It's like, okay. Oh, I don't want my neighbors being up. I don't want my dogs aggravating nobody. But they're just out there barking at something. There must be something in the distance. Oh. Hey, you got that if you're still here, you got that flip pretty much almost down. I think another time or two you're gonna get it on camera, which you said. But I was, which what you can or can't do. You just had to work yourself up to it. I never could do no backflip. I never even tried back in the day or anything. Let alone, I barely could cartwheel. But I wouldn't attempt it nowadays. Yeah, I'm saying it was like, so far all I've noticed, I was surprised because, you'd done several where you just did the cartwheels at first and stuff. And then that, I see how you started off and then we get to the backflip, or you at least got you didn't, you didn't have a hard bail, like a hard slam or anything. You know what I mean? Like it could have been worse. That's what I was like, that's a good thing. Yeah, maybe it wasn't exactly, smooth and it was a little mishap, but you could have went whoop, bop, hopefully that, I don't mean to jinx you or anything. Okay, okay, you got a little ways away. I didn't know how long it was before your, let's see here. Oh, I was just checking a message there. I appreciate you stopping by, though, man. I just kind of randomly do these. Sometimes I'll set it a little bit in advance so that I have a little time. Like if I'm doing something, I'll set it if I think about it, I'll set it 20 or 30 minutes, an hour ahead of time. And when I do that, then I'm able to add something into the chat and pin it. But I still never, I don't have a set schedule on when I stream, other than here lately, I've been doing, I don't do 2 every day, but a lot of times I might do one earlier in the day, like we're doing now. And then if I'm not feeling too bad and I'm kind of bored, say in the evening between 5 and 7 o'clock in the afternoon or evening, sometimes here lately I've been experimenting with doing a few, later in the day. And so, but I wouldn't mind. I was talking to Johnny last night. My hope in 2025 is to, get, as I move along, eventually get it set up where I could have a link in here also, and then other people learn how to do that. And I don't know if I can just do that on a phone though, where I can share a link and other people come in here. Yeah, I'm thinking I need to get me a laptop settled and all that kind of set up. Going. Anyway, it'd be nice to have other people from other channels and on as a guest, and maybe get to know them a little bit, ask questions, and introduce the few people that might be watching my channel to their content and being, and then vice versa. They might you trade up. It's how we used to do when I played music. You trade shows with people, go open up, or they come to your town and do a show with you, and you open up for them, and then you go to their town and they open up for you, and you do music wise. That's how I think of a lot of things. That's how, you think about independent comic book artists. That's what everybody's doing. It's just like you self promote, but then the people that promote you and that you dig, you turn around and you return the favor. Like that's why I don't ever understand why some people because I think Ethan's pretty cool. Like as far as most of them are pretty cool about sharing their shows and stuff with other people. For the most part, it's funny when other people get too demanding though. Like that's kind of like other smaller creators that might not be getting noticed and think that they're supposed to be like just giving some instant like, oh hey, because I claim to be part of the movement, then you should have me on. Well, it ain't always like that. Sometimes you got to work and pay some dues, right? I always, you'll have to forgive me, but I always get a little anxious after I've been on. Like when I've been on here for, it's weird to me. Every time I go live, about the 30-minute mark, sometimes I always think I've been on there longer. But today's been really fun because Seven, you showed up right away, and it was like within just a couple of minutes there was Betty, and then we had. I was thinking there was a couple other people that did stop in, and Keisha was here because she let me know she sent me a little something, and I appreciate that. And then I got to plug y'all a little bit, and then it's aggravating me because I wished that young guy that's the music guy that I was talking about for us. I really appreciated. I think it's cool people, especially as young as he seems. He's probably in his early 20s, but he seemed to be very respectful. He's got, when I had seen the couple of videos of him just discussing certain drama going on in the community that he's part of, like the rap, country rap. What is it? Huh? Your what? My axe. Oh, that axe head? Hold on. Hold on. Wait, is this it or? Hey, hold on a second. I'll be on in a minute. Hey, hold on. I'm trying to figure it out. Huh. I'm trying to remember where yours is. No, I'm in the middle of something right now. I got people on the line. I've got my head right here, but I don't remember where. Isn't yours like the one with the flag on it? Yeah. But I have to find it or something. I don't know where it is. You can take that one if you want. You want to try to use that? I don't know. It's too small. You sure I still have it? I don't know. I think they can fix it for me. What? I think they can fix it like that. They can maybe fix it. Well, I'm not sure where that one that. Because I ain't thought about that one in a long time. It should have been. I thought it was right there with that handle, but I don't know where it's at right now. Okay, whenever I find it, I'll pull it out. I thought you had it, but I didn't know. No. I'm online right now talking to people. Oh, sorry about that. Oh. Oh. Anyway. I don't know where was that. That was Colton. He's got me thinking now. When I get off here, well, he's got me thinking about where. See, he had the head of an axe that was a. It just had one side that was a cutting side, and then the other side was the flat end. That head was, both blades. That's my neighbor's grandson. And when I went, I thought that the whole time that what I went for, I thought that I thought the head that was in the floor over there was his. And I'm not sure he's really, that's the first time he's asked me about that thing in forever. And I don't know. I couldn't tell you the last time I even remember seeing it. So unless, now if he was to carry on, if he was to come back and insist that we find it, I guess I'd end the stream, or that might be turned into an adventure for the stream. I could just flip it around, but I just have no clue where it would be, and it's got me puzzled. It can't be that far. Oh, but yeah, 7, I hadn't thought about it a lot. I see what you said there. I guess I can look around while I'm talking to you guys. Because I see there's a few people other than you, 7, that have eyeballs on, or they at least have it going. It doesn't mean they're always watching it. But, you can go in and be walking away and coming in. But, yeah, well, I'm saying I haven't. Obviously, I've noticed that my channel's growing. And I'm also noticing, I'm noticing a little bit more engagement from people on X at times, but I don't. I'm trying to remember if it was earlier in this stream. No, I think I talked about it. I don't know if I talked about it on his show yesterday evening or in a video I made, but I was talking about I'm not really in it for to be, it's not like a popularity contest, but it is kind of neat to watch from where I've went to where I'm going, and sometimes I'm a little harder on myself probably than other people, like there's nobody else out there. But, I have a lot of free time, so this is, as long as I'm feeling fine, I enjoy doing it. And I'm really starting to enjoy streaming, so, oh, yeah, I'm glad you found Matt, the Off Topic Show. I think you'll like him. He's really pretty cool. He's got some interesting takes. He covers some, some of the stuff he does is funny. He's always got a good sense of humor, but when it comes to being serious, he's also got that down. And but when he's done, if you ever catch him on a stream, man, he's really cool. If it's just a laid back stream where he's not really covering anything, he does those early in the morning sometimes, and he'll just be he'll just be encouraging people and stuff, and that's what I really like. His catchphrase is "stay highly positive." It's how he ends all his videos. So you can't go wrong there. I'm petting my old dog here, but see, I was looking and thinking, where could that thing be? And I haven't figured it out yet. But I thought it might be in here. Let me see what she's barking at. So, I heard Johnny saying, and I have noticed where you videotape, if that's you, 7. Little big girl, get in here. Yeah, he mentioned you having a farm, and I really had never paid. I had noticed it in video, like the background scenery, but I'd never put much thought into it until he brought it up. Oh, I found the axe head. Okay, guys, I'm just gonna put my hat back on, and you can walk with me if you want. Look in the freezer. Was you saying look in the freezer for the head? Look, I found it though. Look, I just had it in the, and it's got a handle that he had tried to put on there. I'm gonna walk over here and I'm gonna keep y'all live right now, and I'm gonna walk over here and get this young boy his axe. His actual. Girl, stop barking like that. Stop it. Hey, it's turning out. It's cool. It started to being kind of cool this morning. A lot cooler than it has been, but it's slowly warming up. Yeah, see, we got it now. Okay. Oh. Come over here and I'm not going to turn the camera around because I don't want, unless somebody, well, I don't want to put, I always ask, like sometimes my neighbors will be on camera and they don't care, but I always ask them. I'm not trying to come over here and stay, but I wanted to, ow, son of a bitch. Hey, Colton in here. Where's he at? He wanted his axe head, and I didn't know where it was. I gave him a handle and a double one that's got two sides, and I just found his with that old see, I found his. I was looking around for it. But I'm in the middle of doing a live stream, but I couldn't stop thinking about it until I found it. Here you go, man. I found this. I found it. Yeah. I was carrying I'm on a live stream, so but I just got to looking around for it here, let me say hi to everybody.
Hey.
Hey, that's Colton, y'all. That's what he was looking for, though. And just keep that other axe head. It ain't no big deal. It's kind of bent or something, I think.
Yeah.
It's warped.
Yeah.
But this one, because that's the old stick you had in it to begin with in it, but it don't, y'all got to do something to keep it in there, don't you?
Yeah, we did other night day to tape it.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I'm going to get back over here.
Okay.
I'm in the middle of this. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know whose dog that is, but that's what they're barking at. And I don't want him around because I don't need Biddy starting her down. She's been playing with him, but she ain't showing signs yet. But I don't need her going in the heat. I'd hoped to hopefully maybe get her over looked at and then sign up with this program to have her fixed at a discount, but I haven't got that done yet. And he's a smelling of her. Get out of here. Go on. Come on in. Come on, Biddy. Come on, Biddy. Life in the country, though, ain't it? Oh. Yeah, get on in there, Biddy. Come on. Go on in there. I don't want nothing I don't want me though. Come on, Biddy. Come on. Come on. Come on in. I don't want no hoodoo. We don't want no funny business out there now. That's gonna be my luck, is that you start cutting up before I can get you. Dang. That's what happened with the other one. when you don't drive, it's not as easy as just 1, 2, 3. You know, like, okay, let's take them there. Like if I had my own car and all that, probably day of payday or the day after, I'd at least take one of them to have them looked at and everything. Yeah, she might be about to start. You know how it starts. You won't notice it visually, but they will be acting different for a week. And then slowly there'll be visual silence. Then you'll start getting spotting, and then you'll have to really keep an eye on them if they're not fixed. And I don't have a collar for her. Anyway, complaints. That's all I can do. You know, it ain't a complaint. Anyway, I appreciate who's here, whoever's still watching. We are. We are the ones that have to stand strong. We are the ones that need to stand strong. We might, man, I just keep thinking it's late, you know. It ain't even 1 o'clock in the afternoon yet. And somebody's glitching. We had sometimes the counter will be glitching on my end. And you know, I hadn't even said nothing about hitting the like button, and every one of you hit the like button, and I really appreciate that. There's been 4 people in here so far, and all 4 have hit the like button. I forget. I'm one of those that forget to say that sometimes. And for the longest time, man, I had the channel, and I didn't even, in videos for the longest time, I wouldn't ask people to like it. I wouldn't say subscribe if you think about subscribing. Nowadays, that's something that I pretty much remember to say. Because my thought was, well, I don't have to say it. Let's just let it grow. But I do notice that there's a lot of people that might not consciously be meaning to not hit it. But if you put a reminder in there, sometimes it will help. You know, there might be that one person that watches every single day. And then one day they catch it. Oh, yeah, I don't ever hit the like button, you know. Oh, do you think it might have been in the freezer because if we was chopping up a body or something, I accidentally left the axe in the freezer when the last time we was cutting it up. What you doing, Biddy? And I just realized that 7 of 9. I guess that's a reference to Star Trek, ain't it? That's what I always, for some reason, just seen your 7 and thought you was just a huge Shane Davis fan because of 9 Lives comics. Or something. I don't know why. I saw the 7 and then I saw the 9. And I guess too much pot smoking, you know. Oh, what did I do with my, didn't I have my vape? Kind of want to keep her in for a minute till I know let that other dog kind of drift off. I don't think she's really going in. I think, because he's got a collar and he looks pretty young too. I think he's just gotten out from wherever he's normally at. He's not a normal person. But You know, when you see a dog, especially a male dog that you ain't used to seeing, you want to be aware. Or, I mean, you want to be aware. Like, I want to be aware that there could be a possibility that there's pheromones going off somewhere, and it could be that she, another week from now, could be, you know, and I wish and hope that it ain't. Because got to deal with these. So far, I haven't had such a headache with these puppies in there, but it's going to be, the more they get, you know, the bigger they get. We're going into the 4th week now. By next Saturday, be 4 weeks. They definitely will be making more messes, and I've got an area in here that I'm thinking about blocking off and putting them in during the day some, so they're not right there in my room. But like, I'm enjoying hanging out here. If it's warm outside though, I won't care about you know. Now I have no clue why he's walking up into my yard. I took him the axe over there, and now he's in my yard walking, making my dog bark. I know he's starved for attention. He wants somebody probably to mess around or something with him. His kid be a kid, but what are you doing, man? What?
I need a tape to tape this up.
I don't have any tape.
You don't?
No.
No,
No,
tape.
I don't have any tape.
Ask everybody that moves in now.
Oh, Gage. Okay, I don't have none.
I know. They don't.
Okay, man, I'm busy right now. I ain't trying to be rude. Well, there's times that I've actually, there have been times he come, like, when I'm in the right place of mind, occasionally Colton has, in the past, came over and we'd be painting. Like, I got little, you know, I got paints and stuff, and of course I've got a bunch of toys that I've collected, which I've gave him quite a few things. But right now I'm in the middle of this, and I just ain't in the mood to. It's nothing that I really just ain't been in the mood to be like playing around with, and have a lot of, you know, spending a lot of attention time here lately. Been paying more attention to just doing whatever I got to do. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense too. But I was thinking that, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't even think about that. But am I correct though? Isn't there there's a character on one of the Star Treks that's 7 of 9, I thought. Which I don't know any of the history of that character. Wasn't that a character that was like a woman or something, a female character? 8 siblings, though, man. That's pretty cool. I had, you know, a sister and a brother. My brother died when he was 19, and I was about 9. My sister's like 10 years older than me. She lives in Tennessee. She's actually 61, so y'all are closer in age. But like I said, she's 10 years older. Okay. Stop. Just because you're bored don't mean you chew on stuff. Say, well, I'm a dog. Well, I'm a dog. Pretty baby. Yeah. Well, you know, that's not hard to figure. Like, I really had never thought about it. Like on X, like when I'd see your name, and then sometimes when I'm looking at, you know, like some of Shane's posts or things about his comment, and then I would just, I don't know. I think sometimes I'd see videos and you'd have either a cap or a beanie with Shane's logo. And so I just thought, well, man, he's just big Shane Davis fucking diehard, you know? And I don't know why 7 of 9 would even make sense, because it's 9 Lives Comics. It ain't 7 of 9. Go figure. I really wasn't putting a lot of thought into it. It's just I remember that's kind of what has crossed my mind before. Yeah, yeah. Okay, now I remember. But I remember it being, I know it's a popular character too, is what I thought. If I remember correctly. Like, just because I didn't, like, nerd up on it, doesn't mean that I didn't watch some of it, like, I was more of a, now, in retrospect, like, as I've gotten older, I can watch the original Star Trek and like it a lot more. But I remember when I was a kid, of course, I was seeing reruns of the original Star Trek, but I grew up on Star Wars, so Star Trek to me just didn't look good. You know what I mean? I wasn't taking in factor that it was a few years before, and so special effects weren't quite the same, and that George Lucas completely revolutionized the way things looked anyway. But as an adult, but I remember being when, however old I was when The Next Generation came out, I think I was probably like more of a teenager. I gave that a try, and I liked it just because it looked a little bit more realistic, and I don't know, there was something about, but I never got into any of it so heavily like some people. Like, I know more about Star Wars than I know anything about Star Trek. But, I have so many different tastes. I like a lot of different stuff, I'm really surprised that nobody else. Well, it is a Monday. I'm not surprised. I was going to say, I'm not fretting not having more people. Yeah, I did enjoy Deep Space Nine. I thought it was pretty good. Trying to think what else. And I caught some of that one with Scott Bakula in it, and it was cool. But the only reason I didn't like it was because it was like, wasn't he playing the original captain or something? And like, I don't remember. I just remember it was like there was something different about it. What I didn't like is because it looked so good. It did look good, and it was well put together. But if you go back, like, it's weird how it looked so much more advanced than any of the other things, and it's supposed to predate all the other stuff, So that's the only complaint I had. But I'm a nitpicky person sometimes. I think we all are. But it was good, what I saw of it. You didn't like it? Well, I only watched a few of them. It wasn't like, I ain't ever like kept up with it or nothing. I just remember some of them I thought were all right. But okay. There was something about it that wasn't quite right though. That's why I was saying like it was the aesthetics or something. I don't know what it was. Like, I watched it some. Of course, I didn't watch it when it came out. Like, I was always catching a lot of that stuff like on after the fact. I'm hoping to maybe start. I'm trying to think about some comics that I might try to purchase this year or back. I haven't really had any new comic in a while, so I've been thinking about that lately. Of course, I like to look and see reviews of older comics that I didn't even know existed, but like from people that like graphic novel stuff, like stuff that I can just buy up in one volume or two. Like not trying to get into a series where I'm like trying to collect a whole, but like it's nice when I can find reviews of stuff, and it might have came out 10 years ago, but heck, I wasn't into it at the time, so I didn't know about it. I see a good review, I go find it on eBay for fairly cheap, And then if it turns out to not be of my liking, it's not like I spent a lot of money on it. So that's what I've kind of been into the past few years when I got back into it. So I've been kind of slow. And then like I'm real peculiar about, but I have, there's so much stuff out there that looks so great, you know. Anyway, I was just trying to think of things to talk about. Like we're at an hour now, and anyway. Well, I hope I didn't. I hope you didn't turn. I hope you don't think less of me for saying that I thought it was all right. But I mean, I never watched it like. I really didn't watch it enough to know. It was weird to me just how it looked, and it looked. It predates any of the others, but yet it looks way more advanced, and I didn't like that. But I suppose I might wrap this one up here in just a second. Probably just because for some reason, I'm getting a little anxious. Well, actually, I'm enjoying myself. I get to overthinking things. I get to thinking I'm boring somebody, you know. That's why it will be nice if I had I guess all I have to do is, like I said, I don't know if I can do it just on a phone and have a guest. So that would be something to look at. But that's why it would be nice whenever I'm able to, if I'm able to share a link at some point with somebody in the chat or something. And like if people wanted to join in, it'd be cool to have, you know, be able to see another. Well, you haven't lost interest, so it's just sometimes I'm trying to get more comfortable with doing, because like it's only been like probably in the last 3 or 4 weeks, maybe probably if we go back about a month ago, I would say was probably one of the first times I streamed. It's been probably in the last month, about a month ago. I want to say it was one of the first times I really had like a long stream where I stayed, and it was like I think in the afternoon. Like I started around 5 o'clock or something, and we went to about 7 or like after 7 o'clock. So it was a good over 2 hour adventure. And there was, because I remember vividly at that time, what I liked about the reason I stayed on so long is because there was somebody in the chat that was, he's got a channel too, you know, Tomcat's World. But he was going, you know, he was having a hard day, and he was kind of just, I was letting him, he was kind of venting, and he was really the only one. There was like 1 or 2 other people popped in and out, but he was the one that when he came in, he stayed there, and like I was letting him just kind of like roll off the top and say whatever he needed to say, because he kept apologizing. And I was like, no, man, that's what I'm here for, you know, because sometimes I have went live reluctantly. Like, you know, I'd be on the fence. Do I really want to go? Do I want to go live right now? You know, am I up to it? Is anybody going to be active? And then as soon as I do, somebody comes on and might be having a bad day or something, and they happen to mention it. And it seems like after they've been in the chat for a little while, you know, whether it just be me and them or a few other people come in and we all just be talking and supporting each other. At the end of it, you have the person seems to have a better spirit, and then I feel like hey, you know, all the more reason to be alive, you know. Like I don't know, man. I like to think of it that way. Like if, like I'm sure at some point there has been sometimes I've had streams where I was just having a good time. Like last year, I did a few where. Occasionally I did have a drink, and like I don't drink a lot. I try not to. But there was a few times that I had a little bit on camera on a live, and it was smoking and just cutting up. You know what I mean? It was like which I'm smoking a little bit now, but those were like on some of those nights were like it would be in the afternoon or later in the evening, and it was usually after a day where I'd put a long day in. Like I'd walk to town, and like maybe that day I woke up broke, but I walked to town and I did some hoboing, and come back with a little something, and I'd be in a good mood, and I'd go live and just be sharing my day with everybody and stuff. And I figure it's always just you just kind of base it on how things are going. Like if everybody else is in a good mood, that's what you go with. But there's somebody else here too. I see somebody else. But that's why I do like, Seven. I enjoy doing a lot of times. Like if you ever come back, a lot of times you might find me if I've been on for a minute before anybody shows up. I'll be just. Now I don't have my yellow bucket in front of me right now. It's in there. I didn't really feel the need. I was like, if I want to play, I'll just. But I have this tub. I just recently have added a new dimension, instead of just on the bucket. But what's interesting is I've never been, like I'm, just basically a drummer. But if you have a sense of timing and stuff, what's interesting is how many different sounds you can just get out of one bucket, like if you practice by tapping on the sides and then all through to the center, you're going to get a different sound all the way out to the rim. It's just like a regular drum, really. It's just made different. I'm really hoping to, I don't know, man. Sometimes I have to remember, like sometimes I get down and think, I'm too old, but if I still got breath in me, then that means I still got a chance that I can make I can still create music. I can still do some writing, and it ain't all music. I got some stuff on the back burner writing wise, like story wise, and I just sometimes get stuck in my head. I really wish I could help somebody, or I want to find somebody that could help me where I can give them the ideas that I have for the story and all the stuff I've already worked on as far as world building in it. I wish I could give that to somebody to look at, and then they come back with some feedback, maybe more to add to the world or more ideas, whatever. I've always seen what I have in my mind as something that's bigger than me. It's like it's an idea, but I don't see how I can possibly ever cover the whole thing. So when I first ever came up with the idea, the whole idea was that at some point I would need other people, or you kind of lay down the basic framework of it, and then the rest unfolds, and you'd have pockets of different teams writing different stories based in that universe you created, kind of like with Star Wars or anything, So you'd have a lot of different, like you start with the core of it, introducing the world, and then it kind of, at some point, you could have all these different branched off, whether that be in novels, graphic novels, comic book, animation, any of it. But I guess the first thing I need to do is get more work done on the actual story. Hero and Dog. It's like set in the future, but it's going to have a lot to do with what is actually going on in the current world, and kind of projecting a little bit through science fiction what could be possibly we're looking at. But also there's a little bit of supernatural stuff involved. Because Dog will be a reincarnation of somebody's great-grandfather. So, anyway, if that ever gets brought to, I figure one day at a time, right? One day at a time. So I try not to get ahead of myself. There's so much, like a lot of times if I jump ahead of myself, then I get discouraged because I go, man, I haven't got as much as I wanted to have done. And I have to stop and listen to the big kahuna, man, the spirit. Sometimes the spirit tells me, look, you're exactly where you got to be. You can't be any further back. You can't be any further forward. Just be where you're at. And that's what I'm mostly working on for myself. Is I want to, if the more now centered I can be, the more helpful I can be to other people. Well, the more helpful I am to myself. Like right this minute, just talking to you, being in this moment, is like serene. Like I'm like literally having some weird like moment here. Like I'm almost out of my head. Like I feel like I'm hovering above myself right now, and I'm not like on anything other than I've smoked a little bit of green. You know what I'm saying? I'm not tripping on any psychedelics or anything. I just feel a very cosmic feeling right now. And well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, it's like I am sober though. I'm like I haven't drank. I've had a few good weeks of like no, and before that I had a good few weeks. And but what I'm just in that moment of just sharing this with you, man. I was having this like I can't describe it, but if you've ever had that kind of like moment where you're talking to somebody, like if you were here in person, it'd be the same thing. Where you're in the middle of talking to someone, and all of a sudden you feel like you're outside of yourself. You're like having such a moment where like it's almost like time standing still for a second, and you're like observing it. That was like a good fit. Like I'm having a really nice like. It's like I feel some endorphins here, That's a good, pleasant feeling, I gotta say. You know what that was? That was the moment of, like, I wasn't being concerned with, do I need to end the stream? Am I talking too much? I was in that moment. I wasn't thinking to myself, I'm making a fool of myself. I wasn't thinking of myself as, am I boring? I wasn't thinking, what else can we talk about? I was just being. That's an awesome feeling. Boy, if I could bottle that feeling, I'd be a quadrillionaire. You know what I'm saying? If we could market that feeling and put it in a little bottle where some people could take it and feel what I'm feeling right now, man, that would be pretty cool. If I could do that, I wouldn't charge a whole lot though, but you wouldn't need a lot. Hell, just a few pennies, man. If you could market it, people would want it so much it'd just sell like hotcakes. Yeah, live in the moment. Yep. I imagine also well. You're older than me, like people used to ask me my age, and I'm like I always respond with the number in Earth years. I always say Earth years because I've come to understand. Seven, I don't know about you. You're approaching 60. I'm 51. But and I just turned 51 in December. But I like to say I'm 51 Earth years because time is really just all time is us basing our understanding of the Earth going around the sun. Well, that's if you believe that. If you're not a flat earther, you know what I mean. But you get what I'm saying. Like based on the rotation of the Earth, the moon cycles, and going around said star or whatever. That's how we're telling a day, and that's how we're telling an hour. That's how we're telling a minute, a second, and all that. In the grand scheme of things, it's really not. I mean, there is like I've known for the longest that there is no real time. Like that's why sometimes time does seem to expand, and sometimes it shrinks. like in really profound moments, sometimes time can seem to flash by with a second, but it's been hours, but you're having such a good time. When it's all over, you're like, man. And then, in those moments where things are going kind of nutty and bad, those can extend for a long time sometimes. But, it's all relative. I didn't mean to get too far out there. But I spend, I spend a lot of time by myself, as far as in the physical world, other than with the animals, and I do interact with my neighbors. But so getting to be able to go live for me is like, it's also therapy for me, like being able to interact with the different people that have been drawn to either follow me and like what I do, or have, or drawn to my personality, so when people come into the chat, it's pretty nice. It breaks the monotony of the day, like even if, like I get up and just, like here lately, I've been in a good routine, getting up fairly early every day, pretty much at daybreak, and then not really starting the day, but I'm awake. And then, by a certain time, like usually by 6:30, 7 o'clock, at some point I've been up and conscious of the time, and whether I've fully started the day or not is irrelevant, but I got a lot of time. I give thanks and everything. And then I finally muster myself out of the bed, start proceeding with a video or a couple of shorts, you know what I mean? Checking my X, go on Twitter, see, do a little bit of posting, reposting, commenting, just that kind of stuff. And then once I make a video or whatever, start sharing it out. Then from there, it just depends on what time I actually start, if I don't have anything else to do. And then I just kind of like let the rest of the day unfold most of the time. Like, I found it to be easier that way. Seems like when I try to implement a plan, or I try to come up with a plan on my own, I spend a lot of time thinking I'm not doing something right. When I just kind of I know what I need to do regardless. So if I just do those, a lot of times anything outside of that regular routine, it'll present itself. Kind of like learning to listen to, if you follow something that guides you, listening to that guide, not just always asking for help, but like when something's like saying, hey, this is what you might need to do today. And then you go in that way, like going with the flow. I see somebody else is here. And hopefully we haven't had any problem. Like I said the other day, I was going really well, and there was chat going on, and then all of a sudden, it was like a few minutes went by, and it didn't seem like they were still there, but I had no clue that they were trying to still comment and chat, and then it had stopped. Now, I don't know why that happens, but there's really no way of knowing it, like, unless a long period of, like, usually if I've went a long period of time and I've seen that there's several people have been watching, then I start getting suspicious, like I'm like, okay, well, there might be. But I'm glad that it feels better outside now. I'm gonna give it a minute here because there is somebody else trying to. There's a third observer trying to watch, but I don't know if they're having trouble connecting because it's cutting in and out. I did look at not the time, but I was going to look at my battery real quick. Oh, I'm still good on the battery. I always I always try to keep mental note of the different things, especially if I'm live streaming. Like you don't want to get too low. But I don't ever let my battery get too low. The only time it gets kind of low is if I'm out and about, if I've been gone all day. So, but oh man. I think I will end it here for a minute. I might go live later. Don't know. It's a Monday. It just depends on how I feel. Who knows? But I am kind of like in the mood to. I'm thinking about ending this and getting up and do some stretches and stuff like that, and maybe I might wander outside for a minute. Kind of get some fresh air, because that when I stepped over there a minute ago to the neighbors, it felt pretty good, So it's still early though. But then there's somebody else just showed up. You guys, you can tell me. Hold on, let's see, what is this? Okay. Well, like sometimes I'll be talking about touch grass. That's a good idea. I think, what's the worst? I end this and 30 minutes later I'm bored again. I go live again. I don't know. Or an hour from now. But like I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. I just know that I need to end for a little while. It's been fun. Peace out. I appreciate it. And the way I say I love you here is ditto. It's in memory of somebody dear to me, to my heart, that had passed in 2018. And that's how me and her said each other. When we'd be around each other, we'd say ditto to each other, and that was I love you. But that's how we end the videos here. That's how I end my live streams. That's how the community says it here. And one day I plan to have a shirt that says ditto equals I love you. So have a good day. Thanks for being here, Seven. Oh, God.